Good afternoon. February, it is about 20 minutes to 6 in the afternoon. This is the Streets and Sidewalks Committee. To my left is Councilman Brock Heath, and to my right is Councilwoman Lynn Snee, and I'm Bob Phillips, the chair. We have a couple of items on our committee agenda today, and I guess the first one we're going to talk about is the Phase 8 sidewalk repair program and an ordinance assessment. Mr. Titterington, are you going to start off?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is actually Phase 8, which was completed 2014-2015 construction season. The area that we did this year, we focused on that year, was along the east side of the railroad, north of Main Street. The streets that were involved were Mulberry, Short, Cherry, Madison, Oxford, Pearson, Walnut, Atlantic, and several others in that particular neighborhood. The program followed the state process for assessments, just like the previous seven phases. This is our annual program, so this is not a special surprise. It's just that we are ready for the final step of that process, which is to authorize the final assessment for the work that was done, approximately $132,000 worth. The construction is complete. The city footed the bill for that, and so declaring the assessment, authorizing the assessment, would allow property owners to pay that over the next 5 years as part of their property tax settlement every year.
These property owners were notified by mail. They have the not the cost estimates, but the final cost itself.
Yes.
They're well aware of that.
They are.
Okay. I don't have any other questions on this item.
Me neither.
Any other council person?
The only question I have is are the areas defined anywhere on the city website so people can see what phase they're in?
No, we don't have a long-term map that lays out each phase, because we want to reassess that every year so that we see which areas might be in worse shape than others, given the construction, the previous season, particularly the weather, and we also try to tie those together with construction projects that we might be doing in the area.
Sure.
So going beyond maybe 2 or 3 years is a little more difficult.
I just didn't know if they were laid out in zones like how the city is laid out in zones.
There's nothing that fine-tuned.
Okay.
No.
Right.
The only list I recall that we got was, I believe was last year, was the streets and their conditions and grading of severity of cracking or condition that possibly could relate to whatever next sidewalk phase.
Yeah, but it sounds like maybe the phases change every year.
Not drastically, but we may, depending on when we do the inspections, because we have a limited amount of money that we can front, cash flow, every year based on the annual budget, depending on what the inspections show and how much sidewalk and curb is marked up, may dictate how far we can go with it.
The only reason I asked, and it was just curiosity, but Jill had said that it's pretty much an 8-year rotation.
No, it's more than an 8-year rotation. I'm not sure where you heard 8 years.
Jill.
Unless you're speaking of streets rather than sidewalks.
No, we were talking about the sidewalk program, and it may have been just an approximation, but...
Yeah, Phase 8 actually is the 9th year of the program, because we had a Phase A and B, or 8A and B, I think. And we're not complete yet.
Okay. Just curious.
Any other comments, staff? Any comments, questions? What is your pleasure? Move forward.
Move forward.
Okay. Unanimous decision by the committee to move forward as requested. Second item, we're going to talk about a professional services agreement, which is the design of North Market Street Improvement Project Phase 2.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This project was included, the design part of this project was included in the 2016 budget. This is a 2017 OPWC, Ohio Public Works Commission project, for which we've already received authorization that we will receive. This is the part of the project that commences at Fossway on North Market and goes north to, thank you, Stony Ridge. I was going to say Crestview for some reason, but it fills that gap between where we just improved at Troy Sidney and where we ended at Fossway on the south. Choice One Engineering provided us a design cost of $120,000, which is is authorized in the 2016. I'm sorry, is included in the 2016 budget, and we are requesting that council authorize us to enter an agreement with Choice One to complete that design. And we are not requesting an emergency.
Was there going to be any ODOT money in this?
ODOT, no, this is OPWC.
Oh, OPWC,
Commission,
okay, got
yeah, State Issue 2.
Got it. Okay. I don't have any questions on this project.
I will say that as part of this project, we will be evaluating the signals, the traffic signals out there to assess, based on the, speaking of ODOT, the warrants and whether the lights that are there are warranted, or alternatively, if their lights should be somewhere else. So we'll do that as part of this design work.
Excellent.
Just a question about when this project would be planned to commence for construction.
It should be 2017.
In 2017?
Construction season, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
I think it was after the Strawberry Festival, wasn't it?
Not necessarily. This is north.
Okay. Right.
Any other questions from council?
No.
Mr. Baker, staff? What is your pleasure with this item?
Yeah, move forward.
Move forward. Unanimously recommended by the committee to proceed as requested by staff. Are there any other items to come before the Streets and Sidewalks Committee?
No, sir.
Then we are adjourned. Thank you.